Yeah, welcome back, guys. This is going to be Boruto's Next Generation, chapter 39. So I'm kind of late in uploading this, but never late than never. And luckily, I get a whole month to, upload this stupid chapter before the next one comes out. So that's one good thing about waiting a long time. I can't. It's kind of hard to get behind on Boruto. Yeah, all right. So this is quite an interesting chapter. So we see what happens next with Kawaki's point of view, where his arm falls up and hits Naruto's photo. And there seems to be a lot of confusion. And Sadara's surprisingly, how is she the first one in his house? So that was kind of funny actually. So and we see the whole gang pretty much show up. We got Boruto and we got what's he called? I forgot his name. Mitsuki. They turn up, but then we got the rest of the shinobi squads. We got Shikamaru turning up, and Shikamaru he seems to be quite the cynic, you know, in the sense that he doesn't trust Kawaki, and it's kind of understandable why he wouldn't trust him. And if this was to remind me of anyone, this is kind of a weird comparison to make, but Shikamaru low key the Danzo to Naruto's Hiruzen. So yeah, that's kind of an interesting comparison I'm making. But then Shikamaru is not playing games. He even puts on a four corner barrier around the house just to keep them contained. And we can see that Boruto's quite confused in all of this. But yeah, Shikamaru is taking no chances, which is understandable because of his position and obviously his mindset. But yeah, and he says he respects Naruto's decision and he understands why he would do it. But he also knows that Naruto's kind of naive and you know and yeah, foolish in some sense. So yeah, and Shikamaru, all he wants is the answers, and we see that what do you call it? Kawaki telling everyone pretty much what happened. Jigen came and he took them to a different dimension, and yeah, and everyone's questioning him, and they all look so confused. And we see that space-time jutsu is not something everyone can do. And yeah, Shikamaru is like, oh, space-time jutsu. Yeah, and we see the shock on Boruto's face, like, Dad, no way. How did this happen? But one thing I noticed, Mitsuki does literally nothing in this chapter. He's such a background character, and yeah, and we see that I kind of made an emphasis on earlier, but halfway through the chapter, we see Shikamaru just straight up tell them like, "Yo, I don't trust you," and I'm quite surprised how understanding Kawaki is in this instance, because most people would be quite upset because they'd be like, "I'm not really doing anything wrong," because we know Kawaki is not really doing anything wrong, but a lot of people that would rub a lot of people the wrong way, being accused of not being trustworthy when they are being quite trustworthy. So and yeah, he's been quite mature about it, Kawaki. But this is quite interesting actually. So with it is confirmed that Naruto is alive because the arm actually moves, and the arm is kind of a signal for what you call it, his it's a signal that Naruto's alive pretty much. So and then we get Kashin Koji's point of view, and he was kind of observing the fight, and he can't anymore, and he's kind of getting suspicious why he hasn't returned, and he's getting doubtful, and we kind of get his thought process, and this part I found quite funny. Did Naruto beat Jigen? There's not even a sliver of a chance. So that's a quite interesting quote from there. Just shows how strong Jigen really is, and he must also know Naruto's strength. But just to be, I don't know, it's kind of weird because Naruto, as I've said, Naruto and Sasuke are Ninja Jesus, and for them to be completely outclassed, just the conversation of anyone speaking of that, it just sounds weird. And let's say Sasuke happened to show up, they still have a minimal chance of winning. So yeah, that was pretty, crazy for them to say. And I quite like his exit from the his exit from the Leaf Village. It's quite badass. So he just jumps on his back, arms folded, jumps off the building. So yeah, that was pretty crazy. His exit. So we see that Jigen's back in his base with his scientist, and he's just talking about Kawaki, and he's just so obsessed with Kawaki. And he also talks about Naruto, and there's quite a cool panel here with the flower and Boruto and Kawaki. So they're both suitable vessels for Jigen, so he's got both on the target now. Okay, and we see what do you call it? Delta back at the base. And who is this scientist guy? We need to find out more about the scientist guy as well. And we see Boruto being his classic brass self and shouting at Shikamaru like, "Yo, l- he's just so naive when he does stuff like that." But Kawaki, he's definitely a sneaky guy. And yeah, at this point in the story, we can tell that Kawaki definitely doesn't have any malice or hidden agendas right now, as we kind of see into his mind and what he actually thinks of Naruto. Like this dude actually admires him so much, that's crazy. And then this is the part where his prosthetic arm kind of comes back to life, and it's kind of confirmed that Naruto is still alive, but obviously he's not going to be in a good mood. And yeah, and we also see a vase, and this is the product of Kawaki actually. And I quite find this funny. So this random ninja's holding the vase, and Boruto comes in. You're a Jonin. How did you come up with something so stupid? So yeah, how is that guy a Jonin? That kind of makes it. That's kind of weird actually. So yeah, Boruto finally sees the fruits of Kawaki's labor. And I guess this is kind of a cute moment between Boruto and Kawaki, and this kind of makes Boruto realize just how thoughtful Kawaki was being the whole time. So I guess that's appreciation. And then, but I don't agree with what Kawaki did in this moment, because I feel like he was being a bit brash in this moment where he unleashes the space time jutsu to where Naruto is, and I feel like he should have what do you call it? con- Consulted with Shikamaru and had like a proper squad that goes out to retrieve Naruto, not just a bunch of ragtag genins like they are right now. And yeah, I wasn't a fan of this move right now, but I guess he does what he does. And yeah, they both can use space time jutsu. That's gonna be pretty crazy. And I love the part where Shikamaru completely tries to paralyze. What do you call it? He uses shadow paralysis jutsu, and Kawaki's having none of that with his exorption, and they all go in. So it's the four of them. So this is going to be quite cool, actually. Oh my god, it's a four-man squad. So yeah, the four-man squad. Let's see what this is going to be like. And I can't believe who's there. And what's his name? It's what's it called? It's Boro. I can't believe one of the Karma's members is there. So the four of them are gonna fight a Karma member, and I cannot wait to see how this fight goes down. And oh, and we can see the noodle bowl that the barbecue stand that Naruto has been trapped in. And I have no idea. This guy looks strong because all of the inner Karma members are definitely strong. If Naruto was kind of having troubles with Delta a little bit, then these lot are definitely going to have troubles with Boro. And he looks kind of menacing as well. So let's see what he's capable of. And apparently, in some ways, he's even worse news than Jigen. So let's see what happens. All right. But that was it for me. So this was Boruto chapter 39, and I cannot wait for chapter 40. Like, if you guys are not on the Boruto hype, then what are you waiting for? We need to get all the Boruto fandom on this, and we need to fix that reputation real good, because the anime has completely tarnished Boruto's reputation, because that stuff is garbage. Actually, I take that back, because I've been watching the new arc, the Boyhood arc, and that's just pure fan service. I know it's fan service, but I'm actually enjoying it quite a bit. So I watched the first two episodes, but apart from this redeeming arc, Boruto has been trash, and the anime anyway. So we need to get everyone on this ASAP. Return Boruto's reputation to something positive. All right, that was it for me. Bye.